everybody in Chex, aka Shed Night Shyamalan. Because I think a lot of people, they walk up on me from like behind, like, oh shit, is that Shed Night? And I turn around like, plot twist. That's my introduction to most. Hey, so welcome to 2018. It's supposed to be a lot better year than last year. Last year was pretty terrible for most people, except for, Nazis. Like, they made a big comeback. I'm not really offended that they came back. I'm just offended that they only came back because of a cartoon frog. I mean, the first time that they came around, it was like a guy that gave really good impassioned speeches and, got people on his side. But this time, it's just cartoon frog. So like people that were teetering, like, don't really know if I want to be racist, but this cartoon frog meme is pretty funny. I think that I hate black people now. That's the way I think about most people on the alt-right or Nazis. I think that they're like sad. I think that they don't really want to be racist, but those memes are just so funny. They just can't. It's like those jokes. They're just too funny. Most Nazis and alt-right, they think that white genocide is coming, which I don't think is remotely possible. Like, I don't see how you can logistically get that many people into camps or anything. I mean, it's it's over half the nation. Don't see how you would do that. I mean, but I also thought that there was no such thing as a black bluegrass band, but they exist. They're called the Ebony Hillbillies, and check them out. They're out there. They got some good videos on YouTube. So I was in the back of my job because I work at a food place and work in the back, and I was listening to music, listening to some metal, and because I listen to metal. I mean, I know it's really surprising to so people who happen to be racist and think I can only listen to hip hop. But so I listen to metal. This new guy walks back there and he's like, "This you?" I'm like, "No, this is a band called Black Dahlia Murder. It's not me." And he's like, "Oh no, are you listening to this metal?" It's like, "Yeah, that's listen to metal." It's like, not a big deal. He looked at me like the way I looked at the third, or I think it's fourth, the Indiana Jones movie when he survived a nuclear blast by hiding in a refrigerator. That's how unbelievable it was to him. He was both angry and confused. Like that just doesn't make sense. How could you possibly be listening to metal? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's just what I do. He's like, I don't know many black guys who listen to metal. I was like, do you know many black guys? And he was like, I am not a racist. Which, I didn't ask you for a racist, I just asked you if you knew black guys. I mean, it was kind of like he was driving down the road and I pulled him over as a cop in this scenario. And he was like, there's not a dead body in my trunk. It's like, I didn't ask you, but I think you might have to pop the trunk now. Just don't know. And he also told me he's not a racist because his wife is Mexican. I was like, okay, that's a good qualifier. So what part of Mexico is your wife from? He's like, Guatemala. I'm not very prepared, so I wrote some qualifiers in my notes. Oh yeah, so also, not only this guy, but some of the black people I work with are surprised and listen to metal. And most of them were like, yo, can't get down with this shit, but I fucks with Guns N' Roses. It was really confusing me, but I think I figured it out. Axl Rose is now kind of like a fat dude with, messed up dreadlocks, so he kind of just looks like every white rapper now. I think that they think that Guns N' Roses is his side project. Like, he's a rapper by day, you just in Guns N' Roses by night. I think that they think that he's Post Malone. After Post Malone, is like washed up. He just starts a rock band and tours with that rock band for 10 or 20 years and never release a good album. Like not even once. Just can't do it. So it's 2018, so I kind of want to get in shape. Like, don't want to really be fat. Don't really be morbidly obese anymore, which I kind of like that term. It's like a doctor looks at me and it's like, oh God, I just want to die. I also like the term morbidly obese because it kind of explains to me why a lot of goth chicks are fat. It's like, it's just part of the whole. It's part of the whole aesthetic, morbidly obese. So, going vegan or vegetarian, just depends on the day. Depends if I want to eat some fucking ice cream or not. But I also told that same guy that, going vegan, man. And he's like, oh, well, what about chicken? I was like, I think that, not eating meat just includes like every animal. But I just realized that, that's also just like his little racist brain is like, well, how can a black person not eat chicken? I just don't understand. That's what I was taught. That's just what you guys do. Also, there's just seems to be like a few kind of racist people that come into my job. This one lady, she walked up to a well-lit restaurant that has a sneeze guard and a barrier between us, me, and this woman. And she looked at me and she snatched her purse. And I was just kind of appalled by this just like gesture of racism. But like I was also just like thought that she was just like kind of dumb because I would have to jump over this sneeze guard and steal her purse and run away from her in my uniform of my place of business. And, I guess I would run, a couple miles to where my house is and then, come back and then complete her order. I guess that's what she thought was going to happen. And I think that it's just this irrational fear, and a lot of people just think that you can just qualify it always. It's just just racism. But some people when they see fucking spider, they just like jump and run away because they just think that it's probably going to bite them and it's probably venomous. It's just a kind of an irrational fear. It's called arachnophobia. But I think this lady just had blackophobia. All right, guys, I'm Chex Joseph. It's Ignite Shyamalan. I'll let this next act get up here.